Hello, friends. First of all, I want to thank you all, friends, because of your likings, sharing, and subscribing. My energy has been boosted up. Friends, today I have decided to give a brief but concrete idea about the peasant movement and the role of the Bihar in peasant movement. Peasant movement is very much important for the BPSC mains examination. Friends, peasant movement has been remained a major factor for the freedom struggle. Peasants, farmers have been a major victim for the harassment, for the separation, for the meager situations prevailing in our society. Since time immemorial, farmers had been struggling hard to get proper compensation, proper return for their farming, for their activities. Friends, the topic uh, which I have decided to give here is the peasant movement and the role of the Bihar therein. First of all, I want to tell you the reason behind it. In my lecture, I will cover three major points, that is, the reason of the peasant movements, nature of the peasant movement, extent of the peasant movement, and last point will be the impact of the peasant movement in our struggle, in our freedom struggles, independence movement. The reason of the peasant movements are so many, which I am just citing for your reference. Our farmers, our peasants have been harassed, molested, victimized, and in fact made a prey of the various rules, regulations, and law and orders. Irrespective of the local administration or colonial administration, farmer had been a major victim of them. Since farmer has been harassed, farmers have been victimized because of various factors, like they have been forced to cultivate a particular type of crop like indigo. They have been forced to give higher rent. They have been forced to sell their products, produce of the farmings at the lower cost. They have been forced to pay higher interest rate on their loan or borrowed funds. Especially local landlords and British government had been pressurizing time and again the farmers to give higher return at the lower cost. It means that their produce will be provided to the British government or local landlords at the price below than their cost for incurring or farming of that. Colonial administration, misadministration, judicial system, higher price of the food, lower demand of the produce, and higher demand of the produce, which are directly or indirectly hampering the economical status of the peasants, fertility of the soil, and standard of their life. So these are the factors which pushed the peasant movement ahead. So because of these reasons, peasants or farmers become very much compelled to fight against the local landlords and British governments. Now, the nature of the peasant movements. As far as nature is concerned, peasants, since being living in meager situations, having lower standard of life, weaker economical conditions, they are just either avoiding to give the interest or give the tax or land revenue or decline to produce the product which they were forced to do that. And because of that, their farming lands, their domestic animals were snatched or taken away by the local landlords or the British government. So most prevalent nature of the peasant movement were refusal of the farming, were refusal of the tax payment, land revenue payment, or refusal or declination of the support to the local landlords or the British governments. Now, as far as the extent is concerned, first of all, I want to tell you that since Indigo Revolt in 1859 to 60, peasant movement across the country had been occurring time and again in one form or another form. In West Bengal, Indigo movement took place, Pabna Revolt, Ramosi Revolt, Mopalla Revolt. These all kinds of events had been taking place time and again in all the parts of the countries. Similarly, in Bihar also various type of movement took place in various regions across the Bihar state. In Bihar, Champaran movement is a major and landmark peasant movement. Champaran movement is very well known across the country in our Indian struggle movement, wherein great figure Mahatma Gandhi got the first stage to perform their new type of movement based on the principle of truth and non-violence. People were unaware of such kind of movements, and people were very much known about the fame of the Mahatma Gandhi, who had experimented his new principle based on truth and non-violence in South Africa. So people were very much expected from such kind of movement, especially by Mahatma Gandhi. During that period in 1916-17, peasants were forced to cultivate indigo plants. Indigo planters were forcing them to utilize their land for the production of indigo plants. Why indigo plants were forced to be produced? There are two factors. First, indigo were very much in demand in the European markets at that time. So indigo planters were very much keen to earn heavy money, huge amount of money by the sale of the indigo plants. First thing. Second thing, indigo plant were used the lands which was very much fertile, but after the plantation of the indigo, the fertile lands becomes barren or virgin land. In fact, its fertility just went away and dies out. So because of two factors, means higher return on indigo plants, indigo planters they were very much willing to produce this thing, and because of that they forced landowners, farmers, peasants to produce this thing. Second reason is that at that time peasants were very much meager. Their situation, their economical condition, standard of life was also very low, below the standard. So because of that, cheap labor were produced, and since weaker farmers were very much unwillingly ready to produce for their survival. These two factors just provoked indigo planters to force them to produce indigo. Now, why farmers refused to do that? Farmers were very much known that the produce will be sold to the land to indigo planters at very low cost. First thing. Second thing, indigo plants were just degrading the soil fertility. Soil health was down, degrading, and because of that, no next plantation may be possible on that land. In Champaran at that time, indigo planters had, in fact, Britishers had made a rule that 3 by 20 of the lands held by the farmers should be used for the plantation or cultivation of the indigo. This was the major reason because of which farmers or peasants just started movements. Slowly, their movements become major. During that period, Rajkumar Shukla, who was also active in that period and in that region, approached to Gandhiji and called them, invited them to attend and see or overlook, have a view of the peasants' suffering. So Mahatma Gandhi reached there and started his first satyagrah, first movement based on truth and non-violence. His arrival gave one major reason to the farmers to believe that there is a possibility of a solution. There is a chances that their suffering will be reduced, their suffering will be removed with the help of Mahatma Gandhi's movement or steps taken by Mahatma Gandhi. And finally, review committee was constituted, in which Mahatma Gandhi was also made a member therein, and finally review committee just removed the Tinkatiya, that is 3 by 12 20th rule, and farmers were returned with their refunded their forcefully collected money. So that success was a big success, not only for the peasants at the time, but across the country. People were become very much excited, energetic, and hopeful with the efforts taken by Mahatma Gandhi. So Champaran movement's success gave great relief to the peasant in two respects. First, their forcefully collected amount were refunded to them, lands were returned to them, and Tinkatiya system, that was 3 by 20th of the land, was abolished. So these 3 points were very much important at that time. Later on, the movement spread across the state. In Darbhanga, peasants started movement against the Darbhanga Maharaj for the use of the forest product, which was banned or which was prohibited by the Darbhanga Maharaj. Slowly Darbhanga Maharaj to suppress, to pacify the movement, set up Kisan Sabha in 1922. Again, the movement spread another area also, like Saran, Muzaffarpur, Munger, Barahiyatal in Lakhisrai district right now, Bhagalpur, Gaya, etc. The person who were very much engaged in such kind of movement, especially peasant movement during that period in Bihar, were Rajkumar Shukla, who invited Mahatma Gandhi for Champaran movement, Rahul Sanskritayan in Annawari, Shahabad area, Indulal Yagnik, Karyanand Sharma in Barahiyatal, Rajendra Prasad, Brij Kishore Prasad, Jamuna Karje in Saran, Narhari Parekh, and Anugrah Narayan Singh. These all people were very much active and participated in peasant movement, and in fact led a great movement across the state. Further, in 1922, Kisan Sabha was established by Muhammad Jubair and Sri Krishna Singh. This Kisan Sabha also played a significant role in leading the peasant movement across the state. Further, in 1928, Kisan Sabha was announced to be established, which were later on officially declared in Sonpur in 1929 by Swami Sahajanand. Swami Sahajanand is a great saint who played a significant role in peasant movement not only in Bihar but across the state, across the country. Finally, in 1936, when the movement, Kisan movement, were spreading in UP, at that time in like Eka movement, at that time Swami Sahajanand, with the efforts of other prominent leaders and Congress leaders, established provincial Kisan Sabha, that in fact the All India Kisan Sabha in 1936. Swami Sahajanand was made the first president of the All India Kisan Sabha movement. And Jiranga from the Andhra Pradesh, who was also a great leader of the peasants in Andhra Pradesh, also participated and became a member of this, and he was declared the secretary of the All India Kisan Sabha in 1936 itself. Friends, further, Kisan movement had become a major part of the Congress party. So peasants' problem, farmers' problem had been a great issue for the Congress leaders. Even in 1937, when the Congress government was made in various provinces, at that time also Congress leader played a decisive role in either in rejecting the law or rules which were against the farmers or passing the rule or law which were in favor of the farmers. So Congress movement, Congress leaders also played a significant role in Bihar also and in our country also. Even civil disobedience movement, during the civil disobedience movement, also non-cooperation movement in 1922, peasants' problems were understood and they played a significant role in our freedom movement. Now the last point, that is impact. Friends, peasant movement is the outcome of the discontent, disappointment, suffering and harassment of the farmers who they were facing during those periods. So movements not only awaken people across the country but reduces their suffering also. Farmers issue become the prominent problem for the Congress leaders, which was later on made a major subject for their movements, for their struggle for the freedom movement, for struggle for independence. So finally, friends, I want to tell you that the discontent, disappointment, sufferings of the farmers came in the form of peasant movement, not only in Bihar but across the country, and which gave a great relief and big setback to the British government. So friends, I hope that I have cleared your concept with regard to the peasant movement and the role of the Bihar in peasant movements. And please remind it that this is very much important question. It may be asked in coming 60 to 62nd BPSC mains examination. So lastly, I will request you all friends, please like it, share it and subscribe it. Thank you.